what's up everybody, it's DJ Jerry here with Shop Time, and I'm going to talk to you about how we're kind of building MobileBeat 2017 this year. First thing is we're creating the entire light show in Show Express. Now the cool thing with this is I can actually do a lot of the work right here at my desk in my office, and then I can take all this work and take it to the show. So I can have everything pre-programmed, kind of have my sequences done, my shows done. We're going to have some really cool openings and some entrances, and I can build all that ahead of time. The one thing is with Show Express, when you're working with certain fixtures, you can't always tell in 3D if it's in beam or if it's a wash, or exactly say like what the trio's doing. Because the trio has a beam, it has a wash, and it also has the moonflower effect. So I'm going to show you some of the tips that I use, or some of the things that I do to help me understand exactly what that fixture is going to do when I'm in Las Vegas at the MobileBeat show. So for instance, I'm going to show you the 3D world, and you're getting a sneak peek of what the show is going to look like this year. So we're kind of creating this new environment, something that we haven't done before. There's going to be a lot of cool elements that are going to be involved in the show this year. We've got the center trussing that's actually going to be flown over the crowd. We have some cool centerpieces, and then we also have all of the lighting that's going to be like you would typically have back behind the stage. And we also have a really cool atmosphere that's going to be created through some of the elements on the walls, but also of the lighting that's going to be used on the floor. So, like I was talking about, it's hard to be able to tell exactly what each fixture is going to be doing in 3D. This gives me the idea of movements and everything, but what I want to do is actually understand what that fixture is doing with the gobo, what the effect is with the trio. So we have basically two universes that we're using this year. The universe 1 is going to be everything that you see in the front here. Everything from the front left all the way to the front right, stage left. And Universe 2 is going to be everything that you see here on the center truss. Now we're using roughly about, I think we've got just over 1,000 channels that we're using in Show Express and in our DMX world. So first we're connecting into a FlareCon because we're going to be using some of the Freedom Sticks, just like this, so we can actually transmit signal to these. Now what we have planned with these is going to be really cool. So I'm excited of what we created with this. Last year we did an aisle runner that basically allowed guests to be able to see the aisles, but also created some really cool effects as the show was going on. So the FlareCon is going to be running this, and everything that you see here, this is all Universe 2. So Universe 2 is going to have some of the Intimidator, actually the 375Zs. We have the 355Zs in-house for us, but they actually run the same channels, 15 channel. The biggest difference is the brightness of the LED. So we're using this to mock up the 375Z. We have the Freedom Sticks in Universe 2. We've got a couple wash effects, which, as you know, I'm a huge fan of the wash effects. To me, this is one of the most underrated lights out there because of what it can do. And it's cheap. It's actually a very reasonable fixture for the power that this thing has. We're also using the Eve E50Zs, which is the ellipsoidals. We are using the Fresnels, but as you can imagine, the Fresnel, I don't have them in-house yet. But the Fresnels are actually, it's just a dimmer on, dimmer off. So they're really simple to use. I can kind of figure out how I'm going to design with those. And those are mainly going to be used for the stage wash anyways. The next thing I have in Universe 2 is the Chauvet DJ Intimidator Hybrid 140 SR. And as you know, to me, this is the fixture for 2017. It has so much capabilities with the focuses, the zooms, the dual gobo wheels, the 2 types of prisms. And if you want more information on this, go check out our Shop Time YouTube channel, which will have all of the information. I've done a lot of videos on this fixture because, again, I believe in this fixture, and this fixture is going to change a lot in what we do in production and also as DJs. We also have some of the lights are actually crossed over. We have some of the hybrids that will be used in Universe 1 as well. So we're going to actually go over to this side, and since this hybrid is going to be doing something different than what that hybrid is going to do, I actually connected 2 of them. So I've got one over on Universe 2, and I have one on Universe 1. Because they're not always going to be reacting the same, they're going to be reacting different. I need to know exactly what that's going to look like. So that's why having the fixture actually in place here, I can see that right now we're just in spot mode, and then that one might be in beam mode. and being able to see exactly how that looks is going to be important here when I'm creating the production, as opposed to trying to do that in 3D. So this is in Universe 1. So we have hybrids in both. And then here, this is the SlimPar Pro H. And the reason we have this on Universe 1 is because we're going to be using these as truss warmers. We're also using it in Universe 2 as truss warmers. But this at least gives me the idea of what's going on. Typically my truss warming is going to be about the same in both universes. So that is just kind of using the different effects that this has built in, but then also understanding exactly my intensities and things like that. So that is the SlimPar Pro H. USB, by the way. The next thing is the Trio. Like I said, to me, the Trio in 2016 was the fixture of the year. I love this effect. I still love this effect. But what this, again, this is probably one of the main important reasons why I have a fixture here, and I can't always see exactly what it's doing in 3D. Because this does have a beam, it has a spot, it has a wash, and it has the moonflower effect. Now, those effects will not show up in 3D, so when I want it to do certain things, I need to know exactly what it's doing when I'm creating the production going into the show. In the back here, I have these Slim Beams, quad IRCs. Really cool effect if you're looking for a fun, cool DJ light that you can use a remote with, or you can actually DMX with. This is a great fixture to be looking at. We've got a lot of those. We're also using the Abyss. We have never used the Abyss before in a large DJ show like this, but we're going to be using the Abyss this year. It's a USB fixture as well. It's an LED water effect, a very cool effect, and I'm excited on how we're going to be using these in the show. The other one is, and again, this, there's so much going on in this fixture. This is the Chauvet DJ Effects Par 3, and there's the Effects Par 3, there's 3 different effects, and that's exactly how it has its name. You have the regular LED diodes, you have the SMD diodes in the center here, kind of making this peace sign, and these are RGB. These are RGB UV, and then on the outside, these are all white. So you can do some really cool things with strobe chases, with different patterns in the center here, and we're going to incorporate these in the production as well. And then last but not least, the Intimidator Scan 305 IRC. This one's pretty easy to see what you're doing in 3D, but it's just nice to know exactly how the gobos are rotating, how fast they're rotating, how the prisms are working, because again, not all that stuff shows up in 3D. So all this assortment allows me to program in 3D and then see exactly what the fixture's doing here in a live atmosphere. Now, as you can imagine, I'm going to have a lot more than just one of these. I'm going to have a lot more than just one of these, more than one of these. And by having at least one, again, I kind of know how it's reacting. So I can't wait to show you exactly how we're going to be using I think we have like 110 fixtures this year for the show at Mobile Beat 2017. It is March 13th. Do not miss the show. It's going to be great. We're looking forward to it. And again, this is DJ Jer here with Shop Time, promoting Mobile Beat 2017 and also all of the Chauvet fixtures that we're going to rock the show with. This is DJ Jer with Shop Time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.